It is the RIOT podcast on, what's today? It's Wednesday?
Wednesday.
I'm somewhere between not knowing what day it is and being really dialed in. I don't know where the...
Where is your line at?
I don't know. I don't know what my problem is today. But hey, today in the podcast...
You'll hear some of that.
Hey, you know what? I left the marriage thing out. It was long. Just thought, it's fine.
It's not like, again, every so often, Obi has these days where you could just swear you can see a cold coming on because of just how intense.
I get intense.
Even sometimes the simplest things that you're not so intense about normally.
Right.
And you can just see it like literally a mile away. You're like, here it comes, here it comes. And so I feel like that is there today. So
Yes.
It's made its way into some of our opportunities to share with you guys. And so one of those is not in this podcast.
I just left it out. It was a long treatise on Derrida, deconstruction,
There was
marriage.
a lot in there.
So I just,
Yeah.
It's fine. Today in the podcast, you will hear, though, about possible sicknesses being passed around, though.
Chris is good.
We talk about Chris being sick, but he seems to be doing okay today. The Wizard of Oz, Best Buy birthdays, ramen beer, but not beer, pouring urine, collecting it, birthdays.
The pouring pee one is more about let's not focus on that. It's focusing on the passion and the anger that this individual must still constantly be feeling.
It's really impressive in some ways.
Yeah.
It's another
Spooky
one of those
in other ways.
Another one of those things where it's like if we could take some of this energy
And funnel it
into a bottle. No, that's not it. That's not it.
into the other area.
So, well, hey, you guys enjoy the podcast, and don't forget that the fundraiser starts on Monday.
Yeah, so I have a little bit different of some podcasts to offer you. We'll still have stuff every day next week.
We will.
But we've got to raise money to help support RadioU because we are on RadioU. So in order to have the podcast happen, check out RadioU.com to still consider supporting.
All right. We got to go.
Oh, yeah.
Before I stop the yawn,
Good
but
job.
it's on a ticking clock.
Good job.
So you guys enjoy the podcast, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Dear Radio U, when I was a kid, my parents sent our dog to live on a farm in the country where he could run and play all day. I could ask them for the address if you need somewhere to send the riot.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Nikki, I come before you this morning with a little bit of concern.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about. But I talked to Chris yesterday, and apparently he has started to not feel very good.
Uh-oh, Chris?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I was with a group of people last night in which I encountered someone that I'm going to refer to kindly as Captain Sniffles.
Okay. But not like patient zero, or are we trying to figure out like what sickness is going on and where is it coming from?
Well, that's where I'm at right now, is that I hope that we don't have a patient zero. I want Chris to just kind of go, I'm better.
Well, technically for Chris's, he's been sick since, he still has that cough.
Maybe he
does
really
still have that
Like
cough, and I think we're going on a year or so. So I think he's like a low level.
It just never goes away.
Yeah, it just never goes away. Maybe it fluctuates, but it's always there.
You're actually right. Like Chris got a cough like a year ago, and you might go a few days without hearing it, and then you'll hear it and be like, there it is.
There it is. There's the cough.
That's the cough.
There it is.
He said he had a fever. He was like feverish and whatever, and he was like
and
scrubbing
I saw
door
him
handles.
Yesterday. I know one's sick.
He was going around with the Pfizadex or whatever, spraying stuff down.
It's really hard because Monday starts our fall fundraiser, and that starts a lot of work for us. And it's hard because you're tired from doing all the pre-work ahead of time, so your body's worn down.
I am really tired of getting ready for the stupid thing. Can we just pull the trigger?
You're almost there. And then you're tired, which can make you easily get a sickness, but then you can't get sick because it's a lot of work next week. So we don't want to get that.
Yeah.
Well, don't
Okay.
let Chris in today then.
Well,
He can go into his office, but not into here.
See, you got it all wrong. I appreciate what you're saying, but the real answer is that we should go home.
Oh, true. We don't want to be around
Go
it.
ahead, let Chris come in and let him get to work, okay?
Okay, all right.
I think it's important that Chris is here.
When he's
but
here,
you and I,
we're out of here.
we gotta go, friend.
I hope no one else is getting sick. We don't need that.
So everybody, just a heads up, no one's getting sick. That's just letting you know. So if you start to feel like it, just
You're like, why? I'm not getting sick.
Just let it know. Be like, nope,
Oh, I wish you would have never said anything.
I'm not supposed to say
Now
it.
it's like, now I'm nervous.
Don't touch that.
Yeah, it's like, wait, he was in this room yesterday.
He was, but he was cleaning it. He cleaned up everything he touched.
Okay.
Friends by Friends Coke Freestyle Machines. We're all friends, right? It's the Riot on Radio U.
Now, that is really gross.
Well, do tell then. Please share the grossness with us.
That is gross. There is a restaurant in Japan. It's... Oh, no. It's not, actually. It's in British Columbia, but it is a Japanese tapas. So it's a Japanese restaurant in British Columbia that sells ramen beer.
But it's not. It's just in a beer cup.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's actually beer. It's a broth.
It's
ramen in a broth, which looks like beer, but it's served in like a big beer like stein.
Okay.
But I don't think it's actually beer. I've seen a thing on
then
it.
who cares?
Well, I know. It's just made to look. And then they add a foam sort of substance on the top of it to look like the foam on a beer.
Well, this whole thing's a lie then.
But it's not actually beer.
You know what? You're right. It says it's not beer, but it's they say, I love this, they say that it resembles beer so much that people swear they taste it.
But it's not.
Even though it's not actually in there.
Correct. So the ramen noodles are added to an ice-cold broth, which is made from bonito flakes, and then it's topped with a foam made of egg whites and gelatin, so it looks like beer ramen, but it is not.
So help me out with this.
Yeah.
Do you... Like, to me, ramen is like the lowest form of food. Right?
No, not necessarily.
No, you can root
go
around
lower.
in a trash can somewhere.
You can really go lower.
But admittedly, it's close to the bottom. Ramen noodles, 29 cents for a bag.
It's like for everybody else, like if you're having spaghetti, it's like an expensive meal.
Right. And I mean, let's be clear. If you feel like I'm saying something like, well, look at you, hoity-toity, hey, I'll eat those ramen noodles. Don't you worry about it. I will eat them. But when I look at this, the part about it that gets me is going to a restaurant to order ramen.
This is just something like gimmicky, but if you go and get ramen from an actual restaurant, like there's a lot of stuff in it.
So you're saying it's different than what I make at home?
It's more artistic. It's not the bag of ramen noodles. Though you can take a bag of ramen noodles and doctor it up and like add a bunch of stuff.
Sure you can.
And it tastes a lot better. This is a gimmick. This is made to look like ramen in a beer, but it's not.
Oh my gosh. At the bottom of this, Fort Worth, Texas, the Collective Brewing Project actually made noodle-flavored beer. So they're saying that, like, yes, there's this. This is not beer, but if you want beer that tastes like noodles, they make that.
That's also somewhere else.
There are so many things in this that I don't want anything to do with.
Just not your thing.
I don't want any beer, and I don't think I want any ramen right now. Though, to be honest, I'm a little hungry, and if you brought in some steaming ramen noodles, I would be like, yeah, I do.
But I think this is cold, so I think you'd like it even less.
What?
You'd like it even less. It's not even hot.
Oh, no. Is that a thing? Are people eating cold ramen noodles?
Well, you can have cold noodles, absolutely. So I think, again, to lend to the beer sort of thing, it's like that.
I have recently developed an odd taste for cold Chinese food. Like, if I have leftover Chinese, I'll just eat it cold.
Yeah. Imagine like the lo mein noodles, but in a cold broth.
It just got way grosser to me.
With some foam on top of it, and you eat it with chopsticks.
The only thing I want at a restaurant that's cold is my drink and dessert. Dessert can be cold. That food better be hot. Because if we're just not cooking, I can just not cook at home.
Well, it was cooked the first time, but then it's served cold.
I have food at home that was cooked once. It's called leftovers.
All right, listen.
So I'm paying you for leftovers.
I have you down as a pass. That's fine. We're not going there.
All right.
You don't want to go have the beer ramen.
Write it down.
Write it down. Okay, it is down.
Call him and tell him what I said.
You're not interested.
I'm not so much mad about what they say. I'm mad that they think any of us want to hear it. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
All right, Nikki, I did it.
You did what?
I sold my NVIDIA Shield.
Yay, finally.
I did it.
Oh, wow, that took a long time.
It did. You know, I'm usually one for a high turnover, and I had lots of people offer me roughly half of what I was selling it for.
But you wanted a certain price, and that price was right. You weren't.
It was very
making
fair.
That high.
It was very fair, like very fair. And I hit a point where I was like, I'll take this much money. So the guy shows up, and he's $5 short. And
I hate when they do that.
Yeah,
It's
I've had people screw with me, but this guy, I could tell, he literally walked in with like his head down. So, I mean, like if he was lying, he was really...
But I have had people do that with Craigslist and Facebook, and they're like, oh, man, I'm sorry. And one time, one person was so, like, the wrong way about it, I had them go to the ATM and come back.
Well, he says to me, he's like, I don't even know what kind of an account he had. I don't know, but he had, like, some word for some account. He's like, I'm only allowed to take out $80 at a time. He's like, and I'm $5 short. He's like, we can do this on a different day if you want to. And I was just like, you know what?
It's fine. You got me.
I'm like, if you're lying, you hit me in just the right spot. If this $5 is worth it to you,
just take it.
You got me, okay?
Well, I'm glad you
got
sold
me.
it.
I did.
The NVIDIA Shield is a great piece of tech, but
it's great.
It is for a specific,
very specific
person who would like it and who wants to be able to not offer half the price for it.
It basically came down to I paid $180 for a box that I streamed Netflix on.
Well, it got down to that. You can do other things with it.
You can. Well, one of the best things it would do is that it's an Android console. So you can buy lots of games. And I bought some games on it, like they're Android games. And then you can stream games from your computer. Like there are a lot of things that it does.
You just didn't use it at that point.
I didn't. I was like, it's time to go. But I'll tell you what I did last night, guys. I started the envelope, please.
The Christmas money?
Well...
that's not it. Your birthday money?
Bad. I have a Christmas money envelope.
Yeah.
That starts in January.
Your Thanksgiving money?
This is my Black Friday envelope.
Oh, yay! Congratulations!
I feel bad because this is the most selfish I am all year. Like, this is the moment normally...
It's not money for gifts for other people. It's for him to buy things on Black Friday.
It is literally... for me.
Its own envelope of money.
And it makes me, I'm a bad person.
No
and
way.
I accept it.
The money came from something you had and you used, so you're just turning it back around.
And there are smarter things to do with that money. Put it on this, like do that, whatever. It is cash in an envelope, and it has but one purpose.
Blu-rays and 4K.
And just nonsense. Black Friday nonsense.
Anything that falls under the crap category?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of digital stuff, too.
Lots of crap. Gonna buy so much crap.
I'm so happy for you.
But it's in an envelope, and you just tuck it away. Now here's the hard part. You know you have it. You know you're ready. And now you just wait.
Do you put stickers on it or put Thanksgiving and some brown and some leaves and some pumpkins?
I just have a thing on it that says the Black Friday.
Oh, that's what you do.
And so now, if you get a couple bucks, shove it in the envelope. Whatever. I got other stuff I'm saving for,
Some
too.
people use jars. You can use an envelope system. Or like a second account if you don't even touch cash.
My actual Christmas money is in my savings account. And I've got it line itemed on an Excel doc. But this is just selfish me.
It's fine.
I feel bad even telling you guys about it.
Why is it being selfish? You're using cash, so you have two.
Nikki, I think doing something only for yourself is the definition of selfish.
No, it's not. That's some me time. That's some you.
It is okay to have things that are just for you.
Yes, you're supposed to have some of that. How can you love others if you can't love yourself?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
The Riot.
They hate me. They hate you. They hate us.
Why else would they make us listen to the worst of the Riot? Radio U.
Yes.
You know, my birthday's coming up.
It is. It'll be here soon.
And I hesitate to complain too much, but I'll have to say this. You guys, if you haven't yet, I don't know. I sell my email for little things, like little coupons, little
your birthday
whatevers.
ones where you get like a free dessert or something.
Right. Well, I got an email from Best Buy a day or two ago. I don't know. That was like, hey, here's your birthday gift from us. And they give you a coupon for 10% off.
Already, though?
Well, you get the whole month of your birthday. So I must have gotten it over the weekend. So I've been looking at like, okay, it's 10%, which is not a lot. It's tax, basically. So whatever. But I'm looking, it basically doesn't work for anything.
Why?
Nothing.
Like,
I mean,
nothing is eligible, really, when you get down to it.
Right. So I had thought about buying another Apple TV. It doesn't work for any Apple products at all. It doesn't work for any Samsung products at all. I mean, like,
what do we have left?
they go through all the stuff. And then I get down to, and I was like, you know what? 10% off. Maybe I'll grab like a Blu-ray or something. Most of, and this is amazing, whether you're looking at albums, Blu-rays, like whatever Best Buy sells, movies, games, they're like, okay, the retail price is $59.99, but we're selling it for $59.95, which means that we're already selling it at a discount, so you can't use your coupon on it.
Well, then why do they bother sending it out?
I guess so. We'll talk about it.
What are you supposed to get then?
Well, I mean, the end game is for you to get nothing, or more importantly, to spend all of your money.
Sure. On something way more expensive.
Right. So you go and look at it, and they're like, hey, look, you got something.
Well, I don't know what to tell you then. Seems like Best Buy's been a load of disappointment for you.
Oh, they're really.
They canceled the Gamers Club. Obi liked that.
I love that.
Now you can't even use your birthday thing.
Can't use the birthday thing. It's bad.
There's nothing.
I'm actually trying to decide, I've got my Gamers Club discount until mid-October, maybe just like the first week of October.
Yeah.
And so I've thought about maybe there's a couple of games I'd like to get next year, and I've literally thought about pre-ordering them just so I can get because you can, if you pre-order and pay for them in advance, you can use your discount up until it's
that
over.
point. Well, that might actually be a pretty good idea.
Just depends on what the game is.
Because if you invest in something that's could be pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, like as long as you can cancel it if you want to.
Dude, I pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 3 for the Xbox like 3 years ago, and I got to keep the lowest price, which they had it for like $30. So whenever the heck that comes out.
Well, you could do that. But I'm sure you can't use your birthday thing on it.
Well, you can't. Nikki, that birthday thing is just something you say.
That's just already low
something
enough.
you say. Like, I thought, like, maybe I'll pick up E.T. on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And they were like, you're a sweet kid. But no, can't do that.
Well, Joel said, can you do a Steam gift card and get 10% off of the gift cards?
I'm sure it doesn't work for gift cards.
Not on gift cards. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Gift card?
Joel, come on. What are you thinking? That's going to hurt the company.
Nobody, listen, that coupon hurts everybody, actually.
I got it.
What?
Don't they sell candy at like the front? Can't you buy some candy?
Yeah. So what, like 10% off some Raisinets?
And then you can eat it while you play Spider-Man on Friday.
You know, Nikki, that's a great idea.
Come on. You could. That's food. You can go there for lunch.
You know what that is? Thanks, Nikki.
You're welcome.
That feeling when you hear that every school in the state is closed, but yours? Now you know how we feel. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Wouldn't you like to have for yourself a nice pair of red shoes? I hear every woman should own a pair of red shoes. Well, what about a man?
You can have one too.
Maybe I want some red shoes.
You want some red sneakers?
Nice pair of suede velvet Pumas. Are suede and velvet the same? Or velvety?
Now that you say that,
let's wind the show back. A pair of red Pumas.
There, like the ones you have, the black ones. You could just have a nice red. That would look good.
That'd be flashy.
And how nice around the holidays.
Flirty pair of red shoes. Pay attention to me. Look at my red shoes. He's a good-looking man, but it was really when I saw his shoes that I was drawn to him in a way I can't explain to anyone. It was a combination of his bravery and his fashion sense to be willing to be seen in public.
It's a bold thing to wear a red shoe.
In those flashy red shoes. It matches my lipstick, but it's fine. Let's talk about Judy Garland's ruby slippers
from the Wizard of Oz.
They were stolen.
13 years ago.
13 years ago.
Someone took them.
They were stolen.
And now 13 years, which might be like the statute of limitation or something.
What, you think they just got past that?
If I stole them and be like, wait, how long till I can then say, no, wait, I got them, and then I can still get money for them?
Yeah, it's a good call. So,
or like it was your grandfather who stole them, and you've been quiet all these many years.
Well, there are a few... what's the word I want? Like legends surrounding the theft of these slippers. They were stolen from a museum. Here's a quote. Many believe a group of local teens stole the slippers, became scared, and threw them into the bottom of an iron ore pit.
What?
Some believe that the guy who owned the museum was behind the theft, wanting to collect the insurance check.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So the Los Angeles collector who loaned the slippers to the museum was from Grand Rapids, and they were stolen. So that was the fifth time he had loaned the slippers out, and he donates his fee to children's museums.
That's nice.
Or at least he did.
So wait, are they saying how did they get back, or no one knows? They're just back?
They're just
back.
So, what did they do? They found them. I actually don't know how they were returned. It's probably in here somewhere. But the FBI revealed that the stolen slippers had been recovered and they had no suspects.
So they go back to the guy in Grand Rapids?
Yes.
He gets them back?
Yes, who is then going to be offering them for display again.
Okay,
so,
well, he's going to roll the dice again.
I guess.
He's willing to risk it.
It is kind of cool, though, that he, like, the fact that he's got them, like, he's like, hey, I think these are really cool. I want people to see them. And he donates the money.
Yeah, that is very nice.
It's not like he's milking it for cash. Like, he's out there doing that and then donating the money to charity. I think that's pretty cool. I don't understand. I mean, at a museum, it would be cool to see them like that. I just don't personally. We've talked about this before. Like, I'm dumb enough to buy as many digital movies as I can get or whatever, right? But something like this, a physical item that holds value, I don't see the point. I'm not interested. I'm
not
good.
interested in seeing it at all?
I guess if we were at a museum.
Well, I think the Natural Museum of American History, if it went there.
You would go do that.
Yeah, because when I went there, it had all the TV stuff.
They did. That was a very cool section of that museum.
And the other sections were kind of boring, so this could just bring something.
Yeah, it was kind of boring.
It was the most boring museum out of all of them, but it was free, so it's fine.
All
I mean,
those
if you're not
museums are
paying to
free.
get in, then that's a bonus. Then you can see the shoes and leave when you're ready.
Nikki, remind me not to return the phone calls from the D.C. Tourism Bureau.
What?
They called. And
no, I loved some of them, but the other ones were a little better. That one was a little boring.
Okay, then let's take this as there's something for everyone.
At the Museum of American History. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
In the wonderful D.C. area.
So the ruby red slippers have been returned, but are they real?
And will they be stolen again?
Dude, there you go. Ocean's 9. A lot of people felt like Ocean's 8 didn't live up to its, potential. This is the one, guys. This is the one.
When life is this good, you don't need a vacation. So get back to work. It's The Riot on Radio U.
Now, earlier in the show.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. I don't think you're sick, but you have had a way about you today, a sassiness that is normally not present unless something's going on.
See, now, Nikki, you'll recall that a couple of weeks ago, we also saw it.
Yeah, we did.
But I came out okay.
You were fine. You didn't get something, but
I had like a runny nose for a couple of days, but it
not too bad. But Chris, who works here, yesterday he started getting a fever. Allegedly, things are not so great. He's not feeling good, and we were just wondering, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm mouthy, which is normally
that's warning sign number one.
You know how they have those campaigns where like know the signs.
Yours is its own sign. Mouthiness to like not normal mouthiness, but just a little extra, little something extra with an extra bite.
Yeah, well, and it's like, oh, I'm saying this just to provoke you. Come at me, bro.
Yes. That attitude
agree.
Is something that is a warning sign. It is a problematic warning sign. And I just want to let you know that we have seen that this morning a lot.
I agree. And I apologize in reverse and advance.
You haven't said anything bad, anything wrong.
It's just been the tone.
But it must be tiring. You're just so out there.
Oh, I feel great, Nikki. Why would you say that?
I just want to make sure.
I think you have the problem.
See, that's what happens, guys. Did you hear it right there?
Okay, it's fine. I was looking at this article that brought back some of what we were talking about. According to the American Academia. All right. American Academy.
Oh.
That's a hard word.
Oh.
That's a tough one. Who's ever seen that word before?
That's new.
I never even have a cause to use that. The American Academy of Pediatrics.
Yeah.
Okay, what they say is that you need to get your flu vaccine now because technically flu season started.
And you don't want to they don't want them to run out and it's harder to get one?
They're just like, go ahead and get your shots.
Line on up.
Come on.
Did you get one last year?
I did.
Oh, I never do.
You know what? I'm just like, whatever. I'm just like, what else you got in the back? Just bring it all out.
As long as I get my sucker.
It's
Just go ahead and give me whatever shot you need.
The insurance covers it, right? Okay, go ahead. I paid a copay. Stick me everything. I want everything you have.
I want all of it.
And I want some samples before I leave. What's in the cabinet? What do you have in there? I'll take some of that.
Yeah, that's how you roll.
I love medicine. Give me more. I never get the side effects.
Uh-huh.
So actually, I have a I think I have a doctor's appointment next week. Nikki, I have
during
to go.
the fundraiser? You're going to get a shot during the fundraiser?
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Maybe. I have to go. They have to monitor me because of various health trials I'm involved in right now. So I have to keep going, and they'll check me out.
This is your yearly physical?
No. That's in November.
You have to do that too?
Else.
Okay.
So
do you have to do the fasting thing for the one next week?
No, there's no blood.
You're just going in?
They're not doing any withdrawals. They're just probably going to make some deposits. So. What? What?
Oh, just you and your medical ways.
I should check and see if that's real. I really think I have a doctor's appointment next week. Yeah. Do you want to come with me? Wouldn't that be fun? We could Facebook Live it. You and me hanging out at the doctor.
No, it's annoying at the doctor's, and you have to be quiet.
I know.
And I'm not coming back, so I just sit there in the waiting room.
No, you're coming back to the room.
I'm not coming back.
Well, I mean, nothing's coming off. You
No,
can
but
just
that's
hang with
still
me.
weird. Like, hey, this is my co-host.
I'll sit on the paper and you sit in the chair.
I know there's always one chair.
One chair.
Yeah, I'll stand outside.
When I go to the doctor, I sit in the chair.
Do you really? Is that like a statement?
Because you spend an hour in that room hunched over, so it's like
you're waiting on them.
You lay down like you could take a nap, but then it's not very comfortable. Then eventually I get in the chair and I think about touching the magazines, but they're filthy. And then I've got my phone there, and I'm like, I should play with my phone, but they have 14 signs in there that say no cell phone.
No cell phones. I hate sitting on the paper because then it just crinkles, and every time you move around, everybody knows like you're not sitting still.
No, but when the doctor comes in, I go sit on the paper.
Okay,
and put my phone away.
Then that's fine.
But that could be us.
Great.
What?
Yeah,
let's get shots together.
No, I'm not getting the flu shot.
Fine,
I don't want
whatever.
to.
Fine.
The Riot was this close from becoming the absolute worst morning show in radio. Yep, they can't even win at losing. It's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
I just want to make sure that I've got this right.
You seem dumbfounded over there.
Well, okay, I'm looking at, I guess it was yesterday Beyonce's birthday, and I'm just a day behind on this. It must have been yesterday. So Beyonce's birthday got celebrated by eBay. So it was Shop Bay on eBay.
Oh,
they call
really?
they call it Bay Day for her birthday. And I know another person that has a September birthday coming up.
No one's offered like that at all.
And I just want to know, how do you get your own day, number one?
For eBay or anything?
Gets Bay Day. So how do we get OB Day?
I think it still works,
OB Day?
sound-wise.
We want to be careful that it's not Bud Day. Get a Bud Day for OB's Day. I want to be careful with that.
Yeah, well, we can still tinker with the name a little bit.
Yeah, but it was like this whole shop on eBay where it's like, buy this, buy that. It's all Bay.
Did she know that, or was that just clever marketing for eBay?
It must. I don't know if she's in on it or not. I can't answer. Her merch, her designs must be, right? That looks like something official. So how do I get this kind of attention on my birthday? And
well,
how do I get proceeds?
From
money.
That,
How do I get money?
Well, we got to start with a clever hashtag.
Okay.
We've got to boost your career a little bit more, get you out there online a little bit more.
Yeah.
Have you thought about a musical career? Would you like a song? I mean,
Yeah.
you sing sometimes with songs in the morning, but
a lot of artists find themselves they start with covers, YouTube covers.
You could do that.
And I feel like I'm ready for a YouTube cover career right now. Mm-hmm. So you think I should start there? Put
I
out
think
some
you're going to
YouTube
have to go
covers,
out on the music side of things. And it might not be this year that you get your OB Day, but it could be in the next couple of years if you work hard.
How about Obadiah?
Obadiah, that's good.
That's
Kristen,
a good one.
thank you for that.
That's a good one. So,
But maybe not this time. Your birthday's in just a couple of short weeks. You'd have to really blow up in a viral way.
Oh, great.
And that seems like work.
You know what the truth is? I don't want to be famous. I just want to be filthy, stinking rich.
And then famous is not going to be the way to go then.
I know. It's not.
You like
Everyone,
your privacy with it. And
no way. Like, you want to have, everybody thinks famous is better than rich, but you're so wrong, because with rich, you just have what you want.
So how do you get rich without being the famous part?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not rich or famous, so I don't have any fame to cash in for riches or riches to cash in for fame.
I feel like we're turning and hitting a wall.
I know.
Both ways. I don't know how to change it for you.
I agree with you. I think that I'm not even being harsh. I just think I'm terribly average. And so as a result,
spectacularly average.
Spectacularly average. Maybe hashtag that. Happy birthday.
We all are.
Hashtag spectacularly average. Yeah, dang it. All right. Well.
So again, maybe not an Obadiah birthday celebration this year. But
I think next year.
Maybe next year we can work to something bigger.
You know what it's going to end up being. It's going to be like, celebrate Obadiah's birthday by giving during the fall fundraiser. Keep RadioU open for 6 more months. Fall fundraiser.
So you don't want that?
No, I think that's what it's going to be.
Because there's no other celebration.
I think that's it. They're going to be like, hey, we need another theme day. We're taking your birthday.
We'll take your birthday.
But, you know what? And I'm fine with that. I am. As long as somebody somewhere gets me a cake. Okay. I just want, is that so much? No. What if we did that? What if we just had a cake?
Okay. So Obi's birthday is Friday, September 21st.
So I see that we have dropped our, hey, I want to have my own day celebrated by eBay with its own hashtag and everything, all the way down to, can I just get a cake?
We'll buy our own cake for you.
That's right.
Yes, that's fine. We'll go with that.
No commercials on here. We buy our own cake. Yeah.
Well, it's better safe that way.
Well, we showed them.
Don't want to get sick on any cake.
One of the only things left that isn't owned by Disney. The Riot on Radio U.
Speaking of free to play, today, High Stakes hits Fortnite. This is going to be a new mode that they're adding. And man, I actually think it sounds really awesome. So you'll play, it'll be Fortnite. It will be Battle Royale, but it's more objective based. Mm-hmm. So you'll end up in squads, and those squads they're going to be going after 4 different safes that are scattered around the island. And the idea is, I don't know if you just have to grab one of the safes. Let's see. Swipe a jewel from one of the safes and bring it to an escape van. Okay. So the first team to get to one of the safes, grab what's inside, and then get to an escape van will win the round.
Yeah.
But the idea is that it's team-based, and it looks a lot like, at least, they're like kind of hockey masks, but it reminds me of, man, what is that 4-player game where you're robbing the banks? I can't remember what it's called.
More than that.
It's a lot of fun, but I can't remember the name of it. The Heist and the Heist 2? No, because there's 2 of them. Whatever. But the skins that they're offering kind of remind me of that. But yeah, you'll be a team of, I believe, 4, and the first ones to grab the stuff and get off the island will win. That, to me, sounds a little more interesting than just the straight-up Battle Royale.
So it's today?
It is. It hits today. I like objective-based play. So it's not just survive, it's get to the this or defend the that. That is usually more interesting to me than just a team deathmatch kind of thing.
But you can't pick that up today because on Friday you got the new Spider-Man game. You've already got stuff. So you can't add anything else into this.
Hey.
You just simply don't have the time.
If you want to talk about the real problem I have, like the really real problem I have, is I just want to go home and play No Man's Sky.
Sure, you're still loving that.
I am. And in fact, I've gotten to this place. I feel I've gotten sucked into the free to Nathan got it. Nate says Payday. Yeah, it was Payday and Payday 2.
That was the game.
Those were the squad-based bank robbing games that I was talking about. No, with like, you know how with free-to-play games, a lot of them will have a timer on it. So it's like, you can harvest these gems in 3 hours, or in 5 minutes you'll have another turn. Well, the thing I've been doing in No Man's Sky is I've been building up my space fleet, and I send them out on missions. And
so when you're gone during the day here at work?
They're out there working right now.
Oh, gosh. So then you can go home and check on it.
And yeah,
normally I don't feel like get into that stuff.
Well, there is. Okay. I hate free to play stuff because I don't hate it, but I just always feel like, especially with mobile games, they're like, all right, we got you. And I refuse to structure my life around that. But it was, I don't know, however many years ago, Assassin's Creed 4 came out. And it had a mini game in it where it was like you were a pirate. So you go around and attack ships and then take them and add them to your fleet. then there was an app on your phone where you could control those ships and send them out on missions. And to me, I loved that because I didn't feel like at any point they were just scamming me, waiting for the next time I had to pay them money to speed up the process. And so with No Man's Sky, I've made all this money and I bought these frigates. I've got them out on missions and I go back, do whatever, repair them, get them ready, send them back out. That, dude, something about that's got me hooked. I hate it. I hate it.
Why? It's fine.
Because given time,
you're going to jump into more games like that.
Well, do you see? I now get it. Like people will be playing an MMO. I'm like, get a life. What are you doing? And this has been the game that to me has been like, oh, I could just quit life and do this full time.
You do know that the common thread with both games like the Assassin's Creed and the No Man's Sky is you were talking about fleets.
Yeah.
You said the word in both games.
That's because I'm building my fleets.
One's a space fleet, one's a pirate fleet. It's a boat thing. You have a thing for fleets.
I got a problem.
Well, as long as you're having fun.
Yeah. I don't feel good about it, but I am enjoying it.
That's just whatever cold we think is coming out today.
It could be. Well, hey, new Fortnite game mode. I don't know if it's live right now, but it's going to be live at some point today.
Recycling paper is like planting a tree. Recycling the riot is like burning down the rainforest.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
What is the angriest you have been with a neighbor?
With a neighbor?
Whether it's like apartment neighbor, dorm neighbor, like house neighbor, just neighbor.
Probably the guy who grew, he had a marijuana farm in his apartment, and he was below and to the right of mine. Uh-huh. And man, it was...
Was it like hot?
It smelled like it would go through the vents.
Yeah.
And it was like in the water as well. It was crazy. And people would knock on his door all hours of the day.
Well, they had something they needed to get from him.
Apparently, he was very busy, man. Everybody was so mad at that guy.
A lot of people probably just stopping to check on him.
And then every time you would complain, no one would do anything because I think they were getting things from him. So you were kind of stuck.
You were stuck in the system.
Yep.
That's tough. Well, how about this guy right here? He's been really mad at his neighbor. And I'm not sure who really has the gripe here because we don't know what his neighbor was doing to upset this man.
Yeah.
And that's where I think
they're always doing something.
You don't know, like the behind the scenes kind of thing here. But James Pearson was arrested, and he's been arrested because they've got video evidence of him coming over to his neighbor's house, and he had a large jug of urine that he poured all over his car.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And because of, where he poured it, it ended up going into the vents. And down
into the car?
Down into the car.
Oh, man. Where was he at?
Just somewhere in California.
Okay. I didn't know, it's just sticky and hot and just stuck to the car.
Oh, I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, I bet it would.
Oh, why did you have to say that?
Well, that's worse.
I mean... You're not wrong.
Yeah, it would be noticeable that that's what happened.
But that's a bummer.
So they got him on camera. That's how they knew it was him.
Yes, indeed. Camera of this guy dumping it out. And here's something that I feel like, this jug was not the kind of jug that you could fill up on one pass.
That's what I was just thinking about. He is motivated. He is so mad that, sometimes when you're mad, it's like a... one quick
it's a
moment.
One-off. It's a crime of passion.
You've just lost it for a second, but you regain your composure and you're not mad. But this guy is continually mad. Every time he's going to the bathroom, he's using this jug to bring it to the guy, and he's so mad that he can keep that anger going.
Mm-hmm. Here's what's interesting. This is not the first urine incident they've had.
This is his thing.
Were never able to figure out who it was.
Probably him.
Mm-hmm. So now that
they're not saying what the guy was mad about, though.
We don't know. They do think that meth was involved, but we don't know.
They have the key to test it.
The word.
They can find out.
You can just swab it right off the car there.
It doesn't have to be a we don't know answer. You could be pretty confident, actually.
It's fine. We could absolutely prove it.
Don't even have to have him give any more samples. They know, so.
Well, if they need samples, there may be some just in the house.
True, if he's keeping jugs from other people he does not like. Don't act that way, guys. Come on. We should never get that angry.
I don't want to go to people's house anymore. Don't invite me over. We'll Skype or something.
You're listening to the worst of the Riot.
Today sucks.
Radio U.
Nikki, I should have won.
You should have won. You could have been a winner.
Yesterday. I could have been a winner.
You weren't even a contender because it didn't even go through.
I was bidding on something at an online auction site, and I thought I had won. I don't want to say what it is because if I do get one, it will be a gift for someone who might be listening. But I put in my stuff yesterday, and I thought for sure that I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to win this thing, and I did it wrong.
But you would have because the price would have won for you, and that's even more disappointing.
What a huge bummer.
Well, try again. Let's see if you get something else.
Yeah, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to go at it, but it looks like the type of item I was looking at, they no longer...
They'll come up with something. Another lot will come in.
I'm sure it'll come back around. But Eric went yesterday. Eric, are you currently bidding on anything?
Not a winning bid.
Okay.
Basically, it's what do you call it though? Is it it's an
auction?
It's an auction in our area.
This is overstock merchandise from the world's largest online retailer, as well as a large home improvement orange store.
Okay.
Those two are the biggest ones.
That was what most everything came from. Either returns, maybe closeout stuff that they're not selling anymore, or display stuff. And it is a madhouse. It is like just wild capitalism.
Well,
it looks like a third world country's, like, this should be some outdoor bazaar marketplace.
Yeah.
But it's in America.
There's a lot. Well, basically, you buy where you bid on it online, and you don't even sometimes get to see pictures of the item. You just
these are just stock photos
of what you might be getting.
This is the best case scenario photo.
And then you have to, if you win, you go and you pay in cash or you pay in credit, and they add a slight fee with it. But you have to go and pick it up from these warehouses, and then you actually see what you got. So can you say no if you go or do you have to buy it? Like if it's damaged?
I don't know what if it's something like maybe. I saw one thing was returned because it wasn't even the right thing in the box.
Gotcha. Okay. So
but it's big honor system. Like you basically take it as it was because you do have a chance to preview it before you bid.
Yeah, you can go to the warehouse beforehand. But
and Eric went to the warehouse yesterday, and it was a madhouse.
It was so unorganized.
Oh wow! It was
wanted to
wild.
Go there and just organize it.
It was like a crazy garage. It was more like an estate sale, like you just go into like American Pickers.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
You go into a barn or a warehouse, and there's all this stuff.
I'm telling you guys, if we get into this, we're one step from estate sales.
We better get some good deals because that's all we're doing this for.
Man, if I had bid right, I would have had an amazing deal.
That's what's frustrating.
Did the bid wrong. What am I doing? And what are we doing? What is this?
We're just trying to get a good deal.
Oh my gosh.
That's just how it is.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep. What's today's date? Yep, this is still happening. I'll look at this one.
Gonna keep looking?
We should keep.
One of us will win something and we'll try.
We have got to buy something
from this auction house.
With virtual reality, the possibilities are endless. It gives us the ability to live out any of our wildest dreams. So maybe we can use it to pretend the riot doesn't exist. The Riot on Radio U.
So today at noon Eastern, and it's not that far away, we're supposed to get a major Captain Marvel debut of some kind. So a lot of people are speculating that it will be a teaser or a trailer.
For the movie?
That will happen today at noon. We saw some Twitter chatter last night. Brie Larson, who plays Captain Marvel, tweeted, and this, I kind of hate this. She tweeted at Entertainment Weekly, "Hey, EW, I'm bored. Want to break the internet tomorrow?"
Oh, that's so
I was just like,
that's a deal, and it's
somebody
just could have
in
been
a
done
room
better.
Somewhere
could have been
wrote
done
that
better.
up. Like,
that's you are right to.
I just
your stomach
hate it
rolls
so
a little.
much. I hate it so much. And then Entertainment Weekly says, "Yes, meet us here at noon Eastern. We've got something marvelous."
They thought they were so clever with that.
Oh, I just hate it. It's almost enough to make me not want to talk about it. And yet here we are.
We'll find out.
I'd be very interested in seeing a Captain Marvel trailer. Sounds cool. There's that. And there's something I completely and totally forgot about. Did you know that Iron Fist Season 2 will be on Netflix this Friday.
You know, I feel like that has just lessened and lessened and lessened.
People just care so little.
So little. And it's mostly, I don't know. I don't know if it's fatigue mostly, but
maybe
people just aren't talking. I don't feel the buzz anymore about any of the Netflix Marvel stuff.
I have not done Season 2 of any of the Marvel shows this year.
And you really liked the first ones.
I did. We got Season 2 of Jessica Jones. Didn't watch it. We got Season 2 of Luke Cage. Didn't watch it. And Luke Cage was one that I really, really liked. Still didn't watch it. And then you've got Iron Fist Season 2. Here's the part that disappoints me. Iron Fist Season 1 is the one that I liked the least. Yet I feel like for some reason its second season is the one I'm the most likely to watch. Why is that?
Don't fall for that.
Why
You be
is
strong.
that?
You be strong.
You know what it is? I think it's because I really like the Iron Fist comics.
Sure.
And so there's part of me that is still holding out hope
That'll be
that
good.
they're going to get their act together, because until that one thing happened in the Defenders, Iron Fist was much better in that Defenders series than whatever. But yeah, after the Defenders, I just have lost interest in the storytelling. I don't know. But man, we just got to double down. We got
take some hours off of work, a lunch here, an afternoon there.
Iron Fist Season 2 has to compete with Spider-Man on PlayStation this Friday.
Not going to happen for you.
Man, the Immortal Iron Fist does not have a prayer.
But unless you just don't feel like playing the game.
Which I guess is a possibility. One must rest at some point, so maybe we just go back and forth. I don't know.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
Get a day for Obie's Day